No baby yet. Soon. Hello? Why am I not getting... Hello? There we go. Oh, we should look at Bitcoin. So everyone's in Mara. Looks solid. Tired tonight. How's Tom Brady doing tonight? Chart Hong Kong. Oh, wow. Dude, I can't believe Bob is at 138 in Hong Kong right now. That's crazy. Wow, a little turnout tonight. Everyone's watching the football game. Dang. Breaking all the downtrends too. Yeah, no problem. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it tonight, but thankfully we're able to sneak one in. Someone asked for NVIDIA. Let's see here. Video looks good. I was looking at semis this Friday, and I like that it broke the downtrend, retested, and then bounced there. Needs to get over this pivot here around 208. Over 208 we could do something. No, I'm just tired because I was putting my daughter to bed and I laid down too long. That's why I was running late tonight. I fell asleep a little bit, so now I gotta wake back up. I'll be alright. I got some tea. Alright. Let's go in the hourly, start looking at some stuff. In the hourly it looks good too. And once that gets back, he's got what, 1, 2, 3 gaps to fill? It's quite a bit, so. This one looked interesting. I was looking at this weekend. Beijing had this long downtrend breakout and just retested and bounced there. I like that one for continuation. These are just some that I noticed this weekend. BRG, got that cup and handle action kind of going. This was BGNE. This is BRG. There's just some stocks I've been looking at. That one's pretty much done. Disney will be interesting this week. Probably can get rid of these. Wasn't really following the plan. You know, we had that terrible news with saying production's going to be delayed because of the Delta variant. That's what dropped us from 182 down to 169. You got me so wild. How can I ever deny? Music's too loud. You got me so high. So high I cannot feel the fire. And you keep telling me that you're sweet. Alright, let me see here. I mean, it's at like 1% volume. Let me look at something. Should be fine. Is it a little better now? Let's see here. Testing. 1, 2. Alright. Well, anyways, Disney. I think Disney gets these good over 177.25. And we can see continuation. So if it'll probably retest if the market's bearish tomorrow. Probably come back down to about 174. Maybe we get a bounce there. I mean, just because I'm having a kid doesn't mean I stop working. This broke out on Friday, so I thought this was interesting. DQ. You see, this has a downtrend going back to July. It finally broke it. There we go. So, it's kind of in my chop zone, I call it right now. Over 59, and we can see DQ go back up. I like DQ a lot. we got the JKS Super Fortuna last week, around 42. That went to 47. I like this for continuation. I mean, you can see you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 inside bars on the hourly. Almost 9, but this one goes quite a little bit above it. But I think JKS and I think solar in general is going to have a good run coming up here. Yeah, SPR, Spirit Aero Systems. This was my take for going long on Boeing. It's a better version of going long for Boeing without the debt. I like Spirit. Doesn't quite have the volume Boeing has, but I do like Spirit Aero Systems. This was one of the ones that I said you should go long on. I mean, their debt, their financials need to get a little bit better, but they're heading in the right direction. You know, they're losing less and less money. They just need to get Boeing back producing planes again. Yeah, definitely don't day trade SPR. It's a swing only. This is crazy. I had this charted when it was, I think, at 20. So I saw this gap over 2078. Filled that nice on Friday. Waiting for steel to come around. Steel's kind of been bearish lately. Let's see how silver futures is doing. Ah, it's up. That's green. Looks like it broke the downtrend finally. Ooh, I like that. So we had a giant candle for breaking the downtrend here. Looks like we're retesting this breakout, so if this bounces here, could do pretty good on it. Dollar's down a little bit. Dollar should come back down a little bit more. Retest this old resistance. But looks like the dollar's hanging out below this resistance here, so as long as it holds below 94.11, looks like it's bearish. It's kind of bouncing right now, but it's more of a relief bounce than anything. Alright, a little diamond top there, you got it. NVAX and Myrna got annihilated on Friday off of the Merck news. Merck is one that we could see continuation on. I'm interested to see how this one plays out. This had the COVID pill news. Not FDA approved, but I think they got good trial data on it. So if this gets FDA approved for treatment for COVID, very, very interesting. I think this could be a multi-day runner. This could be finally what propels it to 100. Never quite made it there. But yeah, I'm liking this. Ticker cash. Yeah, Meta Financial Group. Kind of looks like a rising wedge. Looks interesting there. I imagine it'll retest 5250 to make a handle. So right now you got a nice cup going right there. But the market's, like I said, bearish tomorrow. You should see a cooling off, maybe a handle form. Might actually come all the way down to 51. Uber. I actually have Uber charted a little. Yeah, Uber, you know, they had the news where basically the executives got together and were like, why is Dash worth more than us? For instance, you know, these companies without products. So, and Uber is an $88 billion company. I still don't think it's worth what it's worth, but it is what it is. The thing is the sentiment's turning bullish on it. And so if you go with the sentiment, you could play it over 47.50. You know, basically, yeah, right there, over 47.50. In that range, 47.90, and then you can maybe see it retest this old pivot of 51.52. Viasat. Ooh, that's an interesting ticker. So Viasat over 57.30 should retest the cup on this. It looks pretty much set in stone that it's going back to 60, 61. So might see something like that, or it might come back, retest this hole here if we're bearish tomorrow. It might do something like that, or could also do something like that, say in a bearish scenario. I think I have Amazon charted. Yeah. So I don't anticipate Amazon coming down much more, but if it does, it could retest 31.70. But I mean, I have Amazon going to 3,800 on this next move, and then retesting 36 to 36.50 on a pullback before making a final move to 4,000 with the Christmas rally. So Pfizer. So I have had this charted where Pfizer was going to bounce at 43.90, but Pfizer took a hit too on that news from Merck. So think of the vaccine companies. Pfizer is the strongest because they have a strong portfolio that doesn't rely on just the COVID vaccine, but COVID vaccine does, you know, provide really good earnings with it. So this would make sense for it to bounce in this area, but since it's on the downtrend, you really just needed to buck this downtrend before you could go long on it. So, I mean, for me, this old resistance right here, I like to see it get back over 43.45. Break this downtrend, then you can go long on it again. But this is a nice curl up here. Really easy to play this trend. Be nice to catch one of those again. AT&T has been on one of the longest downtrends. It's just, there's only really one way to play AT&T, in my opinion, and that's just to buy shares, sell covered calls, collect the dividend. I mean, they have a 7.66% dividend, so something to 7.66% dividend there. So that's something that is worth just buying shares on. Trying to trade AT&T with options is gonna drive you nuts, in my opinion. HMBL. Are you talking pennies here, humble? Oh, wow, this thing got a nice pump in February, huh? Frank coping. Yeah, my boy Sundog really loves coping. I mean, you need this thing over 88 cents if you're gonna want it to go somewhere. Yeah, there's the cycle. Oh my god, this thing's... What happened to this thing? Just no bottom on it, huh? This is like the Russian Amazon. I mean, you really just needed to buck this downtrend. I mean, it's been on a downtrend since July, and it's just no end in sight, it seems like. You'd hope that this would hold up here, but you just need this downtrend to break, and I think you're going to be fine. Korean Amazon? Sorry, Korean Amazon. What's the Russian Amazon? Amazon? Oh, Ozon is the Russian Amazon. Ozon. O-Z-O-N. This is the Russian Amazon. Hey, my chart played out on that one. This thing kind of been going through the same thing, huh? Let's see what African Amazon, Nigerian. I didn't realize Jamia was back at $18. This thing just doesn't get any love anymore. Got a lot of issues though. Back over 1920. Might be able to do something with Jamia. Telecom? I was looking at this last week. Yeah. This thing used to be pretty high up there. I mean, Jumia was basically just to me it was just basic. Jumia was a pump and dump hype. It's kind of like people overhyped it to be the next Amazon, and it turned out that they're just not. Yeah, Zine, and Evergrande will affect the markets because a lot of companies had exposure to it. But I don't think it'll affect the American markets that much. It's definitely going to affect the Asian markets. But Tellurian, you want over 415 basically, and you really want it over 430. You know, it's got this double top here over 430. That would be what I would like there. I don't know why you guys want to look at Wish. This thing is trash. The stock is going out of business. It will go to 0. Now, in the short term, though, you might get a nice little relief rally, but there's just no institutional investing in this. I was looking at the financials the other day. Not good. I mean, they basically burn, what, 200 million, 300 million a quarter. You know, they have a little bit of cash on hand that they could probably be in business for about a year. Yeah, they're burning 66, 569 million, 128, 111. So they're building 100. They're burning 100 million a quarter on it. And their assets and revenue are going down too. I think it's just going to be one of those stories where it'll be like the way of Kmart. Tilray has earnings this Friday. That might one. You want to look into annual reports? Yeah, we could do. I need to do some more fundamental videos. I really think Tilray's. I like Tilray after the long. This is one where you just buy shares or like multi-year leaps, and it'll pop at least once. There's going to be some news that comes out on it, I think. But this it's almost time. I think we're going to see earnings. Will really tell us everything we need to know. I haven't done Tesla yet, no. Yeah, if we could get out of this falling wedge, get back above $12, might be able to chase us back to 14. Alphabetical order. What are you talking about? I'm just free-winging it tonight. Alright, so this is what I think is happening on Tesla. Be curious to see how investors take the delivery news. Deliveries are good, so we'll see if investors take it in a good way. I would imagine they would. You might see Tesla round back up towards 800. If investors still don't like the numbers, you'll probably see it come back towards 750. I'd always said it's probably coming back to 750, 760, but you know, that was news always trumps TA. So I sound tired. Yeah, I like ET. I got this charted. I think this is going back to... I got that going to $13, so that looks nice for a continuation there. CGC. I'm sure CGC looks similar to... Oh wow, this thing... CGC's back at $13? Dang! This is definitely the time to go long on CGC then. Whenever you get CGC in the teens, they usually have decent earnings too. I mean, this was just $56. That's crazy to me. They even had good earnings. Yeah, they had good earnings last time. They actually were profitable. Gaming companies. Yeah, that's a nice downtrend break on ATV. I mean, ATV is one of those companies that the leadership kind of probably was doing stuff they shouldn't have been doing internally, but in terms of like the games they produce, the games make money, and they make money. I mean, it's a profitable company. It's probably fairly valued where it's at, to be honest with you, looking through. But maybe it's got about 30% upside. I could see Activision going back to 100, maybe filling this gap right here. It's probably going to retest 86 here in the next few weeks. If we get some... I think we just had really good video game sale numbers too, so I can see this making a run from 78 to 86. The 100's going to take a little time, but maybe by the end of the year, by Christmas, and have it going back. Whoops, I don't know what's happening now. Let's see here. EA. Oh, look at that bounce at EA. That is a killer. That's a V-shaped recovery there. 124 all the way up to, oh, in a week. That's a nice run. So they'll probably finish filling the gap up to 145, I imagine. EA's kind of been in this chop zone for a couple years now, between 120 and 150. Can't quite ever make it over the 150 to get a full breakout. But, you know, they're a little pricier in terms of fundamentals, so I would say they're fairly valued where they're at right now. But I don't know if this one's worth playing. I'd be interested in which one was I looking at this weekend? Oh, is it Sen? There's a computer game company I was looking at this weekend that looked really interesting. Yeah, I mean, if the new product is well received, you could see a bounce on that. Yeah, I can see Take-Two bouncing here soon. I think it ran on takeover rumors back when it went up to 200. Now, I think Take-Two is a takeover target. You know, they make good money. They make good games. They have good IP. You know, they're in that range where their value is good. So let me see if I can find this one video game company. Um, I think it was this one, SCPL. Yeah. This is the video game company I was looking at. SCPL. Mainly because the chart looks super interesting. You know, it's got this double top right here. So if it can get over 2167 or 2170, yeah, no worries. Happy to do it. You know, it might retest 1940 here, 1950. So, yeah, you might see something like this. So you might see some price action like that. I doubt. I mean, you got bearish divergence here on the RSI. So I doubt it goes up higher from here off of this double top. Yeah, but I think this is something you should add to your watch list. I mean, I just started watching this, and the earnings have been flying. I mean, each year they've been going up. You can see assets have been going up. Balance sheet's good. You know, price to earnings around $19, so I think there's about 50% upside. I think this is about a $30 stock, so I'd like to see this continue. Hey. Football game's getting interesting. Unity, hi Tufan. Unity is a good company along as well if you're looking for something in the video game world. Unity and also CRM is. So this is something I didn't realize about CRM. They also invest a lot into other companies that gives them exposure. I have to find the research again on it, but CRM on the hourly looks gorgeous for continuation. This one over 285 is going to go to 300. But yeah, I wrote about Unity, I think back when it was at 116, after it did this kind of breakout and retest. I really liked the breakout over 116. Really like the retest and continuation, but now it broke the uptrend, so it's going through a correction move. If it can hold 124 and then retake 127, I think a continuation back up to 148 makes sense on Unity. If not, it's going to come back all the way down to 115. And at 115, that's a really good price to go long on. Yeah, Dapper, I like Trimble. Trimble, you know, they create software for infrastructure companies. So this gives us infrastructure exposure for the infrastructure bill. And we can probably just get rid of all the TA. Start over. Saw an ad for Caesar's sportsbook app during football today. That was interesting. They partnered with the NFL. Trimble needs to break this downtrend. It's been, it needs to get back over 85 for sure. This was a newsletter play a little bit ago. We played the breakout from 90 all the way up to 96. That was a nice one. Had this flag right here, consolidation and breakout 90 right here. Kind of hit our price target and then took a nosedive, but I don't know if you could short Wish either. I think you should just not play Wish. Teradata. Wow, I have this charted. Oh, what? Oh, what the? This thing looks amazing. Look at that chart. That's a giant ascending triangle. I really like that. Yeah, that thing gets over 58. That thing's gonna moon. Over 59. What is that? Over 59, 69 is the 59, 58. Yeah, I gotta add that one to my list. Keep that on watch. What's that look like on the daily? Interesting. All-time high is like 81. What's the financials look like? Financials look solid. Don't like that their income has been going down 3 years in a row. That kind of scares me. Yeah, 1.8, 1.9, 2.1, 2.1. They could turn it around though. Then we can see some continuation, but I really like the chart. Yeah, Abic, over 105. I think he got a chance for 107 easily. I think that 107 to 107.50 range, right in here. Could probably see it bounce that $2 move, and if it gets over that, you could probably see it retest this double top here at 113ish. It's got some pretty bad resistance there. MU, the earnings weren't good. It's hard to long it, in my opinion. Got downgraded a ton, so analysts and banks and all that are short on it too. As long as it holds 68 though, I don't know. I think it's coming back down to 64 if I'm being honest with you. I think it's going to break down to this area in here, 63, 64. Possibly even lower. I think it could be a good short even. So, yeah, it just doesn't look good on the daily. It's probably going to be in this downtrend all the way to earnings. And it's got a clear channel. Here's their next earnings right here. Probably see something like that. You work at Micron? I mean, tell your boss to make more money. tell him that raise prices on DRAM, but the problem is it's just not the. I know you guys just had like a $6 billion campus that you guys invested in, so it'll be interesting. I haven't looked at Datadog yet. That one has been on a tear lately. I have been watching this since 30. Now it's at 140. It's nuts. Let's watch this. Let's go up to 15 minutes. See what we got here. D-Dog needs to get back over 146 in my opinion. They had really good earnings. You know, people are buying it for the future. You got divergence here too. So, I don't know. I think it's probably going to come back down more. As long as it respects the channel. I know there's a lot of people bullish on it. They're holding 140s. Well, I mean, it does have a gap up to 147 from 145, so did break the downtrend, retested it, and bounced. It's a pretty big sell candle at the end of the day on Friday, but it kind of held price action, so I'm not going to be playing this one, but I could see if you wanted to play it. Why? Alright, let's take a look at futures here. Futures are basically flat. I mean, they bounced on the pivot where they're supposed to bounce. So, but it is still kind of rounding down. They haven't made a full breakout or anything yet, so we'll continue to watch that. I do kind of like this cup and handle it's made, though. You kind of got this cup here, this handle. If we can break out above 436 tomorrow, you could see a nice run up to 440 then. Alright. Looks like Bucks and Patriots game is getting interesting. So I'm going to go watch that and hit the hay tonight. Gotta get some sleep so the baby can come. I did Tesla earlier in the call, so I said it's either going to 750 or 800 depending on if it goes up or down tomorrow. 800 for the green, if it's green tomorrow, off of deliveries. If investors somehow take delivery numbers bad, then it can go back to 750. It could even go down to 737. Mr. R. Everyone, thank you. Have a great night.